Mulasta. The people call you a Mulasta.
Oh, it is okay. It's just the same.
I have never interrogated you on that. What is it, Rastafarian? What is it really?
Oh, Jah blaze no man curses majesem prasilasai, Jah Rastafari, the unit of Africa, the unit of the black people around the world, the original people, the real people of creation. Kakati sebo.
What is that now?
Ekisooka okugamba obeere conscious omanye nti nno omanye nti omuntu omuddugavu Katonda Jah ye yatonda okusooka omuddugavu era nkiriko ne bwino nkiriko ne science nkiriko n'obukakafu nkubuulidde
God first created a black man.
Black man first. Black man first.
We are black by creation or black by climate?
Not by climate. It is others who are offshoots, who are mutants. The rest of the races, they are mutants. We are the original color of creation is black. Bwe tunajja wano mpeeyo wadde dakika 3 nga tunyumya ebyo ojja kulaba kankuweeko ekyamangu nnyo genda mu archaeology eyo oyinza okugugolinga ennaku zino olabe ku magumba gonna agamazeewo miliyoni 2-3 Australopithecus afarensis wano mu Ethiopia, Australopithecus zinjathropus wano mu East Africa Olduvai Gorge, Australopithecus ga South Africa miliyoni 1.2. Ate wane Uganda ye Garden of Eden. Bwogenda Morotopithecus, Kangolepithecus miliyoni 2 nga bonna baddugavu. Singa walabe nalabye ku magumba ga Lucy, magumba ga ape bagiyita human ape ya miliyoni nga 2. Bwe nagenda Dubai luli nange nenjira bakonga bateesaawo 2 million Africa.
Magumba nga gali 2 million years old.
Oh yes, bagalina Lucy wano mu Ethiopia. Ate bo batambula nago lwakubanga gali anti-tourist issue. Batambula nago ne balaga abantu laba mu Africa nga bwali. Kakati awalala ntambuddeko mu museums nezisinga obunene nga eno St. Fagans Museum esinga obunene mu Bungereza yonna mu Britain wano mu town bakayita batya South Wales awo nga ne Peaceman emitwalo 7 amagumba ga white man emitwalo 7 fenno tuli ku miliyoni 2 mu Uganda nga ne ono gye bayita Sinopithecus pekinensis azaala bano ba Mongolians aba China aba Korea baki nga mitwalo 6 amagumba mitwalo 6 obulamu bwonna Garden of Eden wano mu Africa ate mu Africa wane Uganda nkubulidde Morotopithecus kangole omanyiyo ku mission yaba Katolika. Kangole Morotothensis. So I mean
Morotopithecus.
Yes.
So Morotothensis chechi.
Amagumba agasinga mu nsi yonna ku myaka obukadde omuntu amagumba g'omuntu
eyafa agakyalabikako agakyasinza obukadde
mu nsi yonna
gali mu Uganda
20 million Morotopithecus biyisoweshi
20 million years
20 million tewali walala wonna gye basangangako oba Ethiopia oba wano mu Olduvai Gorge mu 72 oba mu South Africa oba mu nsi yonna tewali byakwewuunya Morotopithecus
wano mu
Uganda tuli banna Uganda
ate sikiwulira kuba kya bulambuzi ky'amaanyi. That would be abantu bali badde balambula n'ekyokusinga okulambula ba matters because the matters are a huge subject. That's a big one.
Matters ekintu ky'omwoyo ekintu kya Katonda kirambulwa nnyo waliwo akantu bw'oba nga tokkiriza mu Katonda toyinza kumanya, naye waliwo Katonda lwajjira mu bantu ne bagamba genda, n'abagamba genda awo. Kyova gundi ennamugongo yakatandika, naye okujjako Mecca ne Jerusalem wano mu Africa kati namugongo abantu babaddeyo just this one.
Amagumba gano goyogerako ga Morotopithecus. Wagalabako. Have you visited?
No, they have taken out for studies. But they are there. Chokola oli investigative journalist ate nkwagala nnyo. Kola bwoti Simon. Tambulako mu museum yaffe Uganda Museum zogimanyi. Branch ye Moroto. Genda ko mu branch ye Moroto. Ojja kusangayo ne enkima ng'erina amanyo ga kiragala, green teeth. It is extinct, but a monkey which had green teeth, the whole world, the dental formula of that monkey ng'eri amanyo ga green, eri awo wenyini. Waliwo eggumba mu Moroto Museum eyaffe ya government. Genda yolabe, nze bwe ntambula nga historian nga murasta ebyo byenjagala. Eggumba lino lyali lya kakati omuti ne gukuliramu. Bwe baalisanga ku Moroto Mountains ne balijjayo, naye lyo baalisiba bakola dangling. Naye waliwo position emu etunula north. Bwadde n'okyusa kati nga ku makya ssaawa 3 zino okutuuka olw'eggulo nga position eyezeeyo eraga north oludda lumu.
Why?
Kyakwewuunya. Twandibadde Uganda ebyo bye tumaketinga mu tourism yaffe. Omanyi nti no tourism omwaka ogwedde
eggumba bwe liddangolinga n'olikyusa
olikyusa mu ssaawa nga 6-8 nga likyuse lizeeyo okulaga oludda lumu lwalyo northern side ate real direction true north. Tambulako Moroto mulabe ebyokwewuunya ebyo byonna ebyokwewuunya wano Uganda. Obulambuzi bwaffe butuwadde about 1 billion omwaka oguwedde mu mbalira ndowoozo.
Just $1 billion.
And that is a lot of money.
$1 billion.
Yes, it's quite good money.
Kenya is what? Kenya is 4.7.
Don't mind, because obutebenkefu obubadde Kenya naye omanyi nti no tuli kumpi okubasapasinga mu myaka 12 nga tusapasinga Kenya. Obutebenkefu obubaddewo anti
that is wishful thinking.
Yes.
As if to imagine
Yes.
that while we progress they are seated. They are equally working.
They are also working.
Even they are planning.
Do you know that the tourism industry and the infrastructure, even what we use in Uganda, ekolebera Kenya? Abantu abamanyi ebyobulambuzi nnyo abakugu tubasomesera Kenya. Nakati utalii college, utalii ni jambo la Kiswahili, meaning tourism, the tourism college eri Kenya.
Sasa
Yeah.
So bw'otegeera ebyo n'osalawo obeere Rastafarian.
Okuzzaamu ekitiibwa.
Rastafarian is a religion. You take it as an ethnicity.
Yes.
What is it to you?
A religion.
Because I thought your tribe is you were Mugisu.
I'm a Mugisu.
So
But lwaki tufaanana?
you were Christian. You are John.
Ky'oba ate John lwakubanga kikristaayo kyokka okisanga mu Bayibuli.
John.
Yes.
Yokaana.
Yokaana.
Yes.
Ate nga Yokaana mwalijjawa olwo si yamuhariki Johana. Abazungu bagezi ssebo. Omwaka 1700 oliwo omusajja mwerabiddemu ndowooza bamuyita Henry 1700 ng'ali wano Ethiopia. Yabba ne Bayibuli, original Bible, Ethiopic Bible. Genda obigugolinge. Bayibuli gwe Simon gy'osoma kati erina ebitabo 66. Abana bagundi ba explorers ba missionaries gye bajja nayo erina ebitabo 72. Omusajja ono bwe yagenda mu Ethiopia n'agenda Lalibela, a place bagiyita Lalibela, nga ffe aba Africa twatereka Bayibuli nga bweri ebitabu 15 n'agitwala, era yali mu Catholic. Ebitabu 5 ebya Enoch, the books of Enoch, 5 bwe bito yinza okugugolinga ojja kubiraba, babijjamu. Abazungu bagezi babijjamu lwakubanga baagala bakubuzaabuze ebintu bya Katonda, lwakubanga ekitabu ekimu kigamba nti no muzungu yazaalibwa nga mutant albino. Bw'ogenda Vatican weekiri St. Peter's Basilica weebiri 5. Lwaki tebabiteeka mu Bayibuli? Lwaki?
Waliwo ebitabo bye bataateeka mu Bayibuli
bajjamu, byalimu naye ne bajjamu
ebya
Enoch. Bwe tuba tumaze show eno ogenda okugolinge ebitabu bya Enoch, the books of Enoch, ojja kubisangamu. Ate ojja kumanya ani yabba Bayibuli eyo okugijja mu Africa ewaffe eno. Kankubuuza ekirala, Tantahamun, Farao omu gye bayita Tantahamun, omubiri gw'amagumba ge galiwa? Tegali mu Faransa. Lwaki? Basitadinga baagala bamanya ba Africa bano balina amagezi ki okuwemba aminga omuntu emyaka 15 ng'akyalinga bwali. Okiraba ekyo? Muzungu mubbi, tomusuubiramu, tosuubirangako mu bizungu. No, Simon. We preach the greatness of Africa. We are black people. Tutya Katonda omutonzi. Ate ffe Bayibuli tukkiriza, Kurani tukkiriza, lwakubanga abo batume ba Katonda. Naye omuntu omu Africa omuddugavu waliwo scripts 2, natural script ne written script. Kankunnyonnyole. Natural script. Kantandike ne written script. Mwami Simon written script, abantu abakyamu abatasoboka Katonda n'asalawo kamba wandiikire mpozi bagenda nga basomako balyoke bategeere. Kyova olaba bulijjo ogenda mu church, bulijjo ogenda mu muzigiti emirundi 5 olunaku, mbawandikidde mbawadde n'abatume, naye abatume bamu ne babatta. Okiwulidde? Naye ffe omuntu omuddugavu tulina kyetuyita natural script. Oli musoga, obusoga bulayire, n'ogamba obudagaali wano, Katonda nga mukulu n'akola kino kyamagero, n'ogamba Katonda weebale. Omuzungu bw'ajja wano n'agamba simanyi basinza bazinza. No, you are simply glorifying the Creator for doing what he has done.
So what is your religion, Honorable?
I mean, real religions, leave alone fellowships. If I say Salvation Army is a fellowship, it is. If you say you are a Catholic, it is a fellowship. That's why you are Roman Catholic. Roman Catholic. You are not another Roman Catholic. Now, abo barumi. No jeno, bano ba Church of Uganda, bachusa naye luli bali babaita English. Anglican, you know, is English.
Yes.
Anglo, English Church of Uganda. Okiraba? So bwebityo bwobanga tobizeeyo n'obitegeera bikubuzaabuza, ate abazungu bazibu. So ezo ziri fellowships. Nange mbeera mu Salvation Army nga fellowship. Naye religions ziri 3. Negroid, omuddugavu, the natural worship, natural script. Febe bagimanyi. Negroid. Netubeera bano bakakasoid. Kakasoid abenyinde empanvu zino. Bano benvuma bano. Abatamanyi nti n'abagisu balina ddiini ya musambwa. Abatamanyi nti no omusoga yali amanyi Katonda. Na worshipinga ne nayo n'agamba Katonda webale okutuwa amazzi. atamanyi nti nno
n'asabayo n'oluzaalo
n'oluzaalo ye yatuyigiriza okuzaala omuzungu ye yatuyigiriza okuzaala bajjajjabo ne basajjajja bonna ye yatuyigiriza babasanga wano mukiraba ye yajja wano n'agamba nti nno Nyakairima eri mu Western Uganda bwe ngamba Nyakairima eri spirit egatta abantu nyabingi oluusi njogerako n'abawesa n'abalala ne ngamba nze ndi binchi rasta lwakubanga tuli 3 branches of rasta Bobo from West Africa, Israel from around Northern Africa, naffe mu East Africa tuli bingi rastas nyabingi naye omuzungu bwajja wano n'asanga abantu bagamba nyabingi kandi tuze na bano tuza kubateera nyabingi nga a roaring force.
So you were a
bingi rasta, yes. N'agamba nyabingi kyeki oyo sitaani.
So tubadde ku Negroid.
Yes, that's the Caucasoid confusion. Now, the last religion in the world is Mongoloid. Mongoloids. Katonda bwatyo bwe yatutonda. The Mongoloids oyinza okusoma ddiini zaabwe oba Confucianism oba biki byonna ebyo byoyagala okusoma mu bayimbi.
Yogera wabisomera mu university.
Mukadde wange ate ebyo byesanga mu university. Bakuziba amaaso emyaka 15,000. Basiba amaaso go. Basiba amaaso toyinza kubisoma. Tobisanga mu university yonna. Tojja kubisangayo. Tewali.
Negroid.
Yes, okujjako ng'ogenze mu bakadde baffe Budagaali n'abalala bakusomese tobiyita setaani. No. Tobiyita setaani. Abakuwanganga the roots of plants ne leaves. Omuzungu yatusangawo nga weetuli nga ddagala lyennyini n'ali satanizinga n'agamba ebyo bya sitaani biki naye kati muzibudde amaaso kakati tuzzeeyo ebyobuwangwa ne tugamba eddagala eriri natural is better than this generic drugs. Era gwe Simon nkutya nnyo lwakubanga oli at professorial level. You are reasoning bwe mba nkulaba byokola oli at professorial level. Genda obisome byenjogera bino osome ku Google naye ebimu genda weeyige mu bajjajja baffe bajja kubuulira nti nno kino ogenda na kino. Kankubuulireko kano akasembayo bw'oba olina ebibuuzo nja kubyansalinga byonna. Nali ngenze mu South Wales okulambuulako coal mines anti baziggalawo 1984. Kaakati okuyingirayo n'ensanga nga baateeka waggulu wano obunyonyi babuyita batya ndowooza honeybuds ojja kubusomako honeybuds ewaffe bakayita mangitwe era tukatya nnyo akanyonyi ako katono bwe kati katono is just like a sparrow like a weaverbird. Ekaka
akasango
kayinza okubeera ako njawe naye ogugolinga honeybird bijja kuleeta ebinyonyi ojja okalaba. Kaakati ne mbabuuza akanyonyi kano ewaffe tukawonshipinga naye mmwe wano katugende wansi tujja kudda tukubuulire. Ne tugenda ne tulambula wansi awo ne tutambula nga kilomita 5 zibiki byonna olujja ne insistinga guide mbuulira n'angamba mu myaka ya 1903 obunyonyi buno bwali buli mayina agenda nako wansi akakeena akateeka wano bwe bamayininga nga miden ajjula Katonda akwata omuliro akanyonyi kano kakutakutakula ne mudduka ne mufuluma. Ewaffe bakayita mangitwe mukama wange kakubuulira kino kumakya edda nga bingi ebibira bikyaliwo oli kutambula ovudde mu nyumba omukono gwo guno left nekakubira omukono ogwo n'otambulako 1 kilomita nekaddamu nekazannya n'otambula kilomita endala nekazannya. Awaffe omugiswa agamba mangitwe akubidde omukono mubi dayeeka togenda olugendo olwo oyinza okufuna emitawaana, oyinza okufuna ki emitawaana noddayo eka. Kaakati bali nga kakoseza birala. Kyenkugamba nti nno jja Katonda waffe ebintu byakola ayita ne mu bintu ebitonde bye. 2006 or 5 bwe twafuna ezunami mu Indonesia, okitegeera bulungi ndowooza, ate wali ng'otegeeraawo ng'okuzeemu naggwe 2006 naawe bwe twafuna ezunami, omanyi nti nno waliwo national park y'ensolo egenda ku mazzi, ensolo zafiira mu Meka, zo zamanya dda nezivaawo. Kyova olaba omusoga mwene yalabanga ebisolo byonna nga bigenda, ebinyonyi ate ne bijja ne bimubuulira nga bwe nkugambye akanyonyi ako ne bibabuulira nezivaawo ne bikola bitya, abantu bonna ne bagenda nga bagoberera ensolo lwakubanga zo Katonda azibuulidde waliwo omutawaana.
Do you know that when you had just come to parliament,
yes,
many people thought you were a madman?
Oh yes, and even today.
And they were saying, the
yes,
people, that, which constituency has sent a madman in?
Yes,
they
that's
were looking
true.
at your actions, your dress code,
yes,
the things you do, and you are categorizing you as a madman. That's how they were.
That is, you know, if all of them are mad, and I'm the only conscious man, then they are right to say I'm mad. Because singo genda mu balalu bonna bo balowooza nti gwe ye bulalu.
We have a short break. When we return, we'll begin from there.
This is Hot Cup at 9 with Sir Simon Muyanga Lutaaya. Enoni Baba TV obusoga bulaire.
BF Suma International ekutusaka abakugu mu kujjanjaba prostate enlargement nga tolongoseddwa mu baami. Ofuna obubonero buno wamanga omusulo gwesiba akaago kanafuwa, omusulo gukubalagala ngofuka, ofuisa emirundi mingi mu kiro, okubulwa amaanyi g'ekisajja, obulumi mu kiwato n'okulumizibwa ng'oli mu nsonga z'ekikulu. Tweyune tukebere ofuna obujjanjabi ku ddwaliro lyaffe tusangira Kampala Road 0757 43 17 ye namba gyoba otukubirako. Tujjanjaba n'endwadde endala nyingi okugeza pressure, sukali, ulcers, stroke, emigongo egiruma, arthritis n'ebirala bingi. Tutuukire ku ddwaliro lyaffe ofuna obujjanjabi.
Is empty, but I packed some snacks in her bag.
Can you see that guy? Hey kid, I have more for you from Sam's.
Sam's offers you a wide range of snacks. Sam's, taste the difference.
Wamaliriza sini eyokuna oba sini ey'omukaaga nga wandyagadde ofuna obukugu mu by'obujjanjabi weewandiisa olwaleero ku ttendekero lya St. Francis Schools of Healthy Sciences. Tusomesa ku mitendera gya diploma ne certificate era ng'okuwandiisa abayizi kugenda mu maaso mu matendekero gano okuli erya School of Nursing and Midwifery, School of Allied Healthy Sciences wamu ne School of Management and Applied Sciences omuli courses nga Clinical Medicine, Pharmacy, Medical Laboratory, Nursing and Midwifery n'endala nnyingi era nga twakakasibwa wadde ebitongole nga UAHE mu courses za Allied Healthy Professionals Council, UNMEP mu courses za Uganda Nurses and Midwifery Council, saako ne UBTE mu courses za Management School. Weewandiisa olwaleero nga tusangibwa Namataba kilomita 5 zokka okuva mu tawuni y'e Mukono ku luguudo oludde Jinja. Oba tukyalireko ku mutimbagano gwaffe ku www.splash.ac.ug.
So, this is where it all began. Those styles weren't working.
So we made something better.
And you didn't stop there.
We knew we weren't changing the world with our clothes, but the women who wear them might.
And you went from playing with dolls
To becoming a fashion powerhouse.
We see your great. Katukuyambe okusensamu with Absa Business Banking. Speak to us about how we can help you get it done. That's Africanacity. That's Absa.
Abantu b'ekirika n'ebitundu ebiranyeewo tweyuna ekifo Junction Shopping Mall ekirika Namugongo Road mu maaso ga Sheru Kireka. Jangu wegulira ebintu mu maduuka gaffe omuli supermarket ez'omulembe, amaduuka ag'engoye eziri ku mulembe, ayagala amasimu amapya, restaurants ez'omulembe ezifumba ekimere ekiri loko, emmere yaffe endala omuli ne Continental Food, Makeup Studios, yenjogera ekindeke ki, bannange parking ngazi, ate nga security eri ggulugulu. Byonna ebibe ku Junction Shopping Mall ekirika Namugongo Road maaso ga Sheru Kireka. Tukulindiridde. Enoni Baba TV obusoga bulayire. Eno ni gangamuka ku Baba TV. This is Hot Cup at 9 with Sir Simon Muyanga Lutaaya.
Tuli buterevu ku gangamuka program buli kuncho eba the Hot Cup at 9 era ndini John Musila the Rastafarian. I have taken time off today to first of all investigate his faith, his belief and his Africanism. He seems to be convincing me beyond imagination that he is the right man, the only one among the blind. And he says that when majority of us behave differently and look at him as a madman, he equally looks at us as being mad. Because how else would we be able to see his goodness when we are mad? Exactly. Anyway, we'll conclude that and then go to the current topics in there.
I just wanted to add one thing, Simon. Mbadde nkubuulira de Katonda ja engeri gy'akolamu ebintu nga ffe wano twabivaako dda tutegeera. Olaba kyemanyi eka mu kyalo olinayo enkoko.
Yes.
Ate emiti weegiri. Naye leka kano kakamunye oba ka igo kajje ku muti gumu. Waliwo obunyonyi obutono obujja kukola kerere distress call. Enkoko zonna olaba zidduka.
Yes.
Kati communication ye evawa. Enkoko zisasula akanyonyi ako.
Ne.
Lwaki?
Ne it's kanya ne kakola.
Enkoko zimanyi
ne zidduka nti
omulaba ajja. Omulaba oba ali wano ne zidduka. Kati mwe mwagenda ne mubuza what we call livite. Engeri ya Katonda bwe yatondamu ebintu nti no mukolagane mwine mubivaako. Ne mugenda mu cyborgs simanyi tuteesewo alert system zibiki ebyo bifu.
We had those. We have, even in my village, they still have natural alert systems.
Exactly.
They know when it will rain.
Exactly.
They know when a terrible sunshine, a dry spell is coming. They know when. There are even birds.
Yes.
That sing and we say,
Nagende Croatia.
They will use the chiwugulu. You call it. You can spend 10 years without hearing its sound.
Exactly.
But the moment it comes over the night and sends that sound and then flies away, you said,
waliwo mutawana tujiita sihihe waffe.
Sihihi.
Yes. Bwe kiba kijjanga wano kati ku baba nekiyimirira ku muti nekikaabirawo nekiddamu nekikaaba ekiro ekirala manya nti no mutawaana omuntu agenda kufa oba anything like that.
Nekimala nekigenda and it takes several years without
so much.
without coming. So there was that communication between us and birds and animals. When I go to because I grew up so much in the village, when I go there, I still understand some of those things. I get their sounds. Their sounds of good harvest. I remember there was a bird that used to play some sounds. When it is hot, very hot, and the whole world is quiet, you hear it sound, and then my grandma would say, this time our harvests are going to be very good.
That is it.
The thing is, the bird, what is the bird
so
called?
Where did we lose the connectivity of livity between God, us, and other creations? That is the stupid way of getting this Western way of things. All these things were written in cuneiform and hieroglyphics in our pyramids. The technology, I live with a white man in my home. He's an Italian and he has ever visited Egypt. But the whole white people think it is the aliens who built this, especially this one of Giza. Giza is the biggest. It's called Khufu. Khufu, the pyramid at Giza, called Khufu, is the biggest. I think it's about half a kilometer long. I mean, is it squared? Then also half a kilometer tall. These white people can't believe the marvel that black people did it. They can't believe it. They think it is the aliens, whatnot. How could these black people do this kind of thing? We did it. We spread the technology around the world. The man who is leading NASA space missions, Mugisha, is a Ugandan. We are going to Mars. We are going where? Just 2021 on the 18th of February. We landed there, what we call, is it opportunity or what that Mars probe. It is Mugisha commanding that from Uganda. The moment Americans will know that Simon is too bright, they will simply, that is it. So anybody bright around the world, they steal you.
Remind me of that life. Because I remember when my friends use alarms to wake them up. For us it was the cock. It was sure deal. Sure deal. Sure deal.
And has it failed?
Up to today.
Up to today.
You can count, you can follow the clock using the cock. It never misses.
It will never miss.
Except these croilers and the ones you have brought.
Of course, they are.
But the natural ones, you know how to call that.
So, we know, which the white people, the Caucasoids, satanized, demonized, is what the Rasta say, no. No. Bwonywa kudagala elio, eliewu elio, manyanti no, you are part and a parcel. Abakuru bo balikulirako. Your blood group.
And they lived long.
Yes. Your blood group resonates with what your great parents were. And blood group A. Ate chirungi fabarasta tetuli ya nyama. Na ye blood group A, you go under Google. Blood group A. We are not meat eaters. We are not milk takers. Because our ancestors didn't. They were not pastoral. But if you are O, you are a hunter. Normally you eat any meat. So if you eat meat, it has no effect. But now if I eat meat, it will cause me problems. Completely, let alone that I'm a Rasta. But we have...
You mean Rastas don't eat meat?
But those are colleagues. Nkoko jogama ntine koko limane kusukuza kumacha. It is telling, it is also a being. It may not be a human being, but it's a being like you.
So you don't eat it?
Why do you eat it? No Rasta? No. Yes, there are those who eat, but no more Rasta, you don't eat meat. No.
Toli ya nkoko?
Nkoko, ntebichi, no.
Benyanja?
No. So, now let me go to...
Uliachi?
Ebyenyanja si bibi. Ebyenyanja abamutulya. Ebyenyanja. Lwakubanga omuzimu oguvudde mu nyanja ne gujjeno. Kati eno guba guddayo mu mazzi. Kankubulire kino. Biologically now. Biologically. Omanyi nti no, animal fat is double strand. okitegeera tuli mu biology kati ate bo bazungu begine be batusomesa nagwe wabisomako omanyi nti no plant fat erina single strand.
Yes.
Kakati enzymes bwe ziba zibreakinga eriwa gye zibreakinga mangu nnyo enemu niye wano animal fat okubreakinga down buzibu nnyo your body, especially those of us who are group A. Those are the mad people. They think.
And I have seen ewaffe.
Yes.
Bw'otokosa ennyama ereeta amasavu kungulu.
Aha.
Naye ate era ne bw'otokosa doodo.
Yes.
Aleeta amasavu kungulu.
Aha. Webale nnyo. Gonna masavu. Yes, ate gano nga mangu gano mazibu nnyo okubreakinga. Iddayo mu Bayibuli osome Leviticus. Ekugamba etya? Tolya nnyama ng'ekyalimu omusaayi. Abakadde bedda abalamoji bagenda ne bateeka wali nnyama neekala wadde myezi 3 obulamu ne buviiramu ddala. That is it. Naye kati
we call it omukalo.
Naye kati ffe ennaku zino kyova olaba abantu endwadde osanga omuntu yazimbazimba omubiri gwonna. Waliwo abaana abawala wano nga ffe abagisu ewaffe abedda bajjajja bange nze nabalaba bajjajja abakazi nga bwenkoko but it has a biological connotation. At a certain age omukazi okulya enkoko ate ng'ali mu menopause n'asanga zino animal fat ate nga bode ye afuna obulwadde. Afuna obulwadde. So the Africans discovered that we are changing using these Caucasoid theories, stupid dump theories. Ochiraba ekyo sebo. Abagisu basala empalu. Simanyi how many centuries they have been doing this. Olwaleero tetuproving anti no empalu erina okubeera global. Ate Aba-America be bakizuula mangu nnyo. Aba-America bonna basala omwana nga azaalibwa bw'ati nga bamusala. Bamukomola empalu. Naye abagisu bakizuula dda. Gagano gazze mu myaka gya 45 ne gagala okujjawo empalu. Okiraba ndowooza yali ono Governor Dundas mu 40s. Governor Dundas kakati nakuŋŋaanya abantu bonna abagisu ng'abatwala ku masomero ne missions. Naye abagisu bagaanirako. Olwaleero research ekulaga nti n'omuntu omukomole ali very clinical. Omugisu yaba ekimanya atya. Omusebeyi newankubadde nga lino tteeka ewaffe abasebeyi waliwo abakalenjini gye bayita abayobo mu constituency yange ne sebeyi bo bakomola n'abakazi naye singa nku explainingira wano the science abazungu baleeta female mutilation and whatever ate bo lwaki bakola transsexualism nga gwe Simon ne bakujjako obutonde bwo obw'ekisajja ne bateekawo ekituli. Eyo si mutilation. Naye abasebeyi wano bwe basala omanyi omukazi naye alina ekyekisajja naye nga katono. So abasebeyi bo bamanya bakajjako lwakubanga kaleeta obulwadde omukazi bw'aba akula azaddeko kaleeta obulwadde ko ke bajjako katono bwe kati. That I'm sorry to say this, a false penis. Iwe bakajjako
okutangira obwenzi.
Not that is a fabrication. It is cancer, cervical cancer. Wali owuliddeko omusebeyi alwala cervical cancer eyakomolwa?
No.
Tugende wano emulago baddeyo mu myaka 5 egy'emabega basanga abasebeyi bameka abakazi abalwalanga cervical cancer. Naye jjaffe mu bantu baganda wano nze babayita sejjajja jjajja azaala my great grandfather yali mukomole naye abagisumanyi oba babivaako batya bewaffe eyo. So toyinza kusanga cervical cancer. I want our researchers to use these traditions, what they call traditions, what the Westerners, these Babylonians, the Caucasoids, what they use and call us diminutively. Ntindo tetuli bagezi tetuli bichi simanyo bobe batuzaala. These are mutants. In any case, a black man is a solar panel.
A solar
panel. Olinako ku solar ewo?
Yes.
Nze nyumba zange zonna za solar.
Nange nkozesa solar.
Nenda wano muwe mukono. Line eri aho yaguli naye nze solar. Wali olabyeko solar eri white. Ziddugala si bwe kityo. Kakati gwe absorption ya light yo ekuwa amaanyi amayitirivu. Kyovula po musajja.
The solar panels kungula.
Yino everywhere. Oli solar panel. Olaba Katonda kye yakukola. Kwe kukuwa amaanyi amangi omukazi ali original omuddugavu wano azaala n'abaana 15. Omuzungu tabisobola. Lwakubanga talina solar panel. Kyovola babaveeri ne bajja wano ne bafuneko akasana kano. Balyoke babeereko n'amaanyi. Olaba bano ba America, Abangereza bwe bagenda mu America. Basanga obu America ne buno Vanjos n'obulala obuninja. Ne babukoleeza Kisunu n'ebirala. Ne bufa ne buvaayo. Ne bagenda mu Northern Ireland. Ne bajjayo abazungu beebeeyo. Ne babatwala bonna bafiira mu Appalachian Mountains mu mines eza kolezo. Kakati from Rasta omuddugavu ye yagenda ekyova olaba omusajja omuzimbabwe bamuyita Chalamanda akyaliwo ye yakuba oluyimba gye bayita Bubulo Soldier Bob Marley naye n'alutwala eri naye original omusajja akyaliwo myaka ndowooza 98 Chalamanda aliwo mu Zimbabwe Bubulo Soldier omuzungu ne yeewunya abasajja bano bali bati bagezaako batutule wano tugwewo fenna nga tebasobola ne batukoleza Kisunu ne tumuyitako buli kantu konna omuzungu muzibu omuzungu yaleese entalo semmatalo zonna mu nsi yonna omuzungu if I'm a mad man I'm talking the truth and who is mad between you and me who is mad it is you has been made actually insane because you don't understand what Africa is. Come back and look at Africa. Like Marcus Garvey said, look to Africa. This is salvation. Abazungu baweddewo. They are annihilating themselves through homosexuality and whatever. And eventually, Africa is populating itself. From 300 million, we are now 1.3 million. And we are colonizing them in their own home. Younger men, black people. Go there and marry their daughters and get the children. We will take over America. We will take over Britain, France. We will take over everywhere. As they recede and disappear. That's the gospel we preach. The natural gospel. We are great men. We are great men. Africa is original. If you did your geography about Pangea and others, God created a black man on Pangea. And then, when these offshoots, who are mutants, who are albinos, started to come on, God separates and says, no. Go your way. Go your way. Even as we talk today, you know very well, Intino, Katonda ali kukola, continent y'Abasumali Abawarabu abatujjamu agijjeko kano katipu ka Africa kagenda mpola kavaako nagwe okitegeera bulungi seismology if you read it you will see.
So how have you in Parliament where you are,
yes,
how have you helped to promote your beliefs? You have space. Is there any member of Parliament out of the 529
yes, you
have convinced
yes,
to follow your line of thing that maybe in the next Parliament we'll see 3-4 Rastafarians?
No, I think we have about 5. Those who are listening to reggae music, those are the hymns of Rasta, and those who did not understand the consciousness of a black person, abaganda kye bagamba okwevuma, ne twevumirira ffe nyini ne tulowooza nti no tuli inferior laba nnyindo yange nange ndabe eyo. Why are they wide? We pull in a lot of oxygen, and so the brain is fully properly saturated with fresh air. Era omuzungu yeewuunya nnyo lwaki omuafrika alina ennyindo. They call them broad for a reason. There is nobody in the Bible who was not African. The greatest kings, I want you to go back to proper theology and read. The greatest kings, if you are talking about David, the mother of David, rather grandmother of David, Boaz, was from the line of Africans. Ruth was from the line of Africans. If you are talking about Ham, trace that. Many of us don't want to investigate and interrogate clearly from the line of Ham, black people. And so is Solomon. There is no king in the world, in Israel, who was so prominent, who was not of African origin. What about Moses? Where did he grow from? Moses. Was it not in Africa? All the knowledge. At this level, we would take him as a professor, let alone that God sent him to do what he did. But knowledge from Africa. Who is Moses in Africa? Abraham in Africa. Even our Lord Jesus Christ, Jesus. Jesus. Rasta, we say Jesus. Jah, God, then Sas, the Son.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, Jesus.
Jesus.
Jesus, yes. But you say Jesus.
This is Jesus.
Yes, was in.
And you are saying Jesus.
Was he called Jesus in Israel?
What was he called?
Joshua. Yes. You think Jesus is a new name in Israel among the Jews? It's Joshua. It's Joshua.
Jesus.
So when you say Yesu, actually with you the African, because that language belongs to you. When these people were in Egypt, they also went with your language. As you receded down here, they went with your language. So Yesu, the Greeks, Yestos, which is Joshua, in Hebrew, Joshua. But when Jesus Christ was born, at the time, Jewish was going down, Hebrew, it was more Aramaic, just like we speak here Kiswahili or something like that, or English, okay? So the corruption of language is like that, comes up. Remember that...
so you believe in Jesus?
Jesus, yes. Jesus, same. But if you are saying the white one, no. Jesus was not white. No.
Honorable. You should remain sober.
I'm very sober.
Jesus was African where?
I'm not saying he was black. But who are you to say he was white? You even draw pictures to depict that he was white. Sure. The Semitic tribes are white. Are they white?
No, they are not.
A person of your level of understanding, your level of knowledge, should reason out that. Jesus was never white. Abraham was never white. Moses was never white. No. All right, let me ask you another question. And to this, I'm not a heretic. And to this, many people who believe in the lies of the white man will think I'm Antichrist. I am not. I believe in Jesus Christ. Yes. And the message he brought, I believe in Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, because he's a messenger of God, to especially these creation rebels. Call them these Caucasoids, creation rebels. They rebelled from the beginning. In heaven, they were Lucifer. On earth, they are Satan. This is why they are able to annihilate and distort every other functions which God gave proper all over the world, all over the globe. Okay? Now let me ask you this other question today. when Abraham, a Semite, comes. Remember, Abraham is not a Jew.
He's not.
But he gives birth to the Jewish nation. Am I right? Now he comes to Egypt. The black people, Simon, the pharaohs, he even crafts a way and says, my wife Sarai, you are too beautiful. Maybe these are heathens, they might kill me because of you. Say you are my sister. But because the African, the black man, the Rasta man is always truthful, one of the pharaohs marries her. But God comes and says, this one is somebody's wife. The pharaoh says, what? So you deceived me, you want me to commit sin? Jah, forgive me. Please, Sarah, go. But these pharaohs were already circumcised, Simon. They were circumcised. And Sarai had tested a circumcised man, a Mugisu man of Egypt of the time. Okay? Now, when she returns to the real husband, Abraham, she tells him, no, I've tested the real truth of these African men. I must circumcise you. Go back at your Bible and read who circumcised Abraham. You see? Abraham is only circumcised after Sarai comes back to him.
The Hot Cup at 9 this morning, we explore the Rastafarian faith, and I now know that I believe in Jah-Sassi. With Jah-Sassi, we cannot continue. Let's have a short break. We'll be right back after this break.
This is Hot Cup at 9 with Sir Simon Muyanga Lutaaya. Enoni Baba TV obusoga bulaire. Tusa kwa mwana murezi omuyaka bwati King of the East Saka Free Boss nanyini mavoko ama height gabaya tulerinya na imbira omutanda Palaso Muchivulu Love Festa ukurugogo Cricket Oval kulokutanunga mwenda June shilingi emitwalo 2 VIP emitwalo 5 emmeza ya milioni 3 sasula ku MTN Mobile Money osasula ku mu kitundu ate VIP emitwalo 4 ekitundu nyiga kamunyenye emu mukaga 5 kamunyenye mwenda 8 kadala ku Saturday nga 10 mbalala Ajip Motel omutwalo gumu VIP emitwalo 2 Sunday nga 10 Fort Portal mu Kisaawe shilingi omutwalo gumu VIP emitwalo 2 Friday kuna mukaga June Eruwero mu Kisaawe Saturday nga 17 Jinja mu Trans Gardens Sunday nga 18 mubenda mu Kisaawe wonna shilingi omutwalo gumu Palaso nga konkonye ndong mujje tumuwagire ne bibebi binalonda na mala itegekedwa saba volo baram ebiwagiro Pepsi Cola Mango Safaris Protea Hotel Radio 4
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Olowooza okutuukiriza ekirooto kyo tukwanjulira Coral Coatings Uganda Limited bakolera langi ez'ebika byonna obw'omunda n'ewabweru langi gwe basiiga mu texture n'ebika ebirala bingi nnyo emirimu gyaffe tegyenkanika jjukira nti amakaago ky'ekitiibwa kyo n'omutindo gwo tukwanjulira Coral Coatings Uganda Limited tukusembereza
7 ku 10 kuffe tufiriddwa ensimbi nnyingi abafereze batubbyeko so nga twandizikozesezza okusasula ez'obupangisa okwongera mu bizinesi okusasula fees n'ebirala beera steady ng'okuuma ebibyo era beera bulindaala ng'okozesa enkola y'okusasulira ku mitimbagano ennamba ye ya pini gikuume bulungi era togigaba kwata ennamba za kampuni y'amasimu entongole zokka.
Better steady, be better in partnership with
Chituna kuba jikube Kusaninga bili Julai kome bila bili mwese tu Mugambe Stadium Chituna cha Baba FM ne Baba TV Omuli abayimbi bonna Atasanyugenda TFC Sitenyi tikanga inga yima korombotama Saundi bongo tadombo ya matumbo Amatala mbilashu ya chena mbimbola Security dungu mbalo bamba tamadumbo Kumtualu gumu Hata mitualu komi VIP Ekitunda kya Baba FM ne Baba TV kiteekeddwa mu ssente.
Pepsi, for the love of it.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Now special, true Ugandan reward from the source.
Ekyo kitunda kubanje kube. Ng'bbiri July 2023 Ugambe Stadium.
Enoni Baba TV obusoga bulayire.
Top of the hour brought to you by
Sometimes dirt can give us something back. That's why I use new Omo with naturally derived stain removers. It penetrates deep to reach the toughest stains for powerful stain removal that still soften hands.
The password today as these young change makers give tires a new life.
Sometimes dirt can give us something back. That's why I use new Omo with naturally derived stain removers. It penetrates deep to reach the toughest stains for powerful stain removal that still soften hands.
The password today as these young change makers give tires a new life.
Top of the hour brought to you by
Eno ni gangamka ku Baba TV. This is Hot Cup at 9 with Sir Simon Muyanga Lutaaya.
All right, Kari. Oliku, the Hot Cup at 9, Honorable John Musila, Member of Parliament, and a panelist here. We normally have Musila here. Today I wanted to investigate into his identity because I've never had time to get into that. I think I have drawn lessons from what he says, and I think he's only weak that he cannot spread the gospel to overpower the current ones, but at least he has a point that he needs to spread across. Mr. Museveni, I think, is also a believer in too much Africanism. My friend Irumba, Pan-Africanism, and the others. But I think Pan-Africanism is an adulteration of colonialism of some sort, I think, or some resistance to colonialism. It is not as deep-rooted as the Rastafarians you are talking about.
When we began this movement, more so in 1831, with a riot on the farm in the US by one black slave called Natty Tana. The consciousness had been there. And these people thought that having carried the slaves and many generations, they would forget all about Africa. We didn't. Bob Marley sings it well, Bubulo soldier. We remained Bubulos up to now. Now the corruption when E.W. Du Bois, Marcus Garvey preaches in New York and America, is expelled. E.W. Du Bois, they are made to collide on blackness. That's when the whites craft a word, Pan-Africanism. Otherwise, we are Rasta. We are Rasta. A few people identify us with our music called the reggae, but it's just like church. You have rhythms and hymns. Now, if you check reggae, reggae is preaching. Listen to Bob Marley's music. Listen to even the Burning Spear, he's still living. Bunny Wailer, Peter Tosh, and many others. Many others. It's preaching. You know, the trouble is, at times we simply get excited with the tune. You don't listen to the words. It is the word which is the most important. It's preaching.
Good, thank you, John. This week you are in Chankwanzi.
Yes.
Tell us about what happened there. We have just been reading so much.
Yes.
First, that you people left bitter. You did not get money. Is that true? Sometimes they did not give you money. You left bitter.
Yeah. To those of us seasoned cadres, when you go to church, who pays you? You go to Anglican church. So the preacher man pays you?
No. Instead, it is me.
So the moment you say, I belong to this fold, I belong to this fold, you must do its aspirations. I like people of opposition. We are always here with them. One of them, my very good friend and a senior legislator, Semakura Lutamaguzi. Who pays them? And these opposition people are all over TVs, all over radios.
The time I have spent in opposition, the biggest asset we have there is voluntarism and selflessness. For us, we do. If you say you want to follow an MP or any leader where they are, if people come, they mobilize themselves, we follow, we handle each other. The worst you can do is ask someone to give you a lift, but not to expect anybody to pay you.
Who pays you in any case?
It is the only thing lacking the other side. Exactly. That's why when I wake up today and say I have joined, for example, Musila, people are quick to say, he was paid.
He was paid. He was bought.
Because they know that that side of yours, people don't do things without pay. Yet for us in our orientation, it is us to do it. That's why the man says, you are the change you need. Exactly. You must work it out. It is you to do
exactly.
it. So, but you, the NRM doctrine is money.
No, that is not the doctrine. That's not the doctrine.
It is.
At least from my 1980, I was in P6 or so, P7, P6. And I saw the young, lanky, tall, handsome man called Museveni. I liked him from that beginning. I was about 15 years. I forged and I voted for UPM. Imagine 15. And the 15 years of our time, because of eating, not these fortunate children, we were really small because I was a cowboy and whatever. But I forged and voted for him in Mufutu polling station. You see that? And at the time, the voting, they would put here UPM, DP, UPC boxes. So if you enter,
everybody would see.
Yes, there was no secrecy completely.
That was fake.
And that was the beginning.
So the village saw you go.
Oh yes,
to the UPM
and
box.
A few of us. When I came back, there was a UPC chairman, because I was a child near my home. He gave me strokes I didn't know. He just gave me strokes. I don't know how many, even when I was running. He gave me strokes. At the time, caning any child, even if it's not yours, was normal. It was normal for disciplining. Not like these days. I discipline your child. You say, why? Go to police. No, that is not the case. So I liked him from the beginning. Now, the philosophy and ideology of NRA is not money. No. In my S2, 1983, when I was in S2, I operated a cell. Imagine a young, not a man, boy, in my secondary school, in Magare. At the time, I was feeding information to Adada Musani and late Perez Musamari. Both of them are late now. I was the one giving information and organizing the cell. And whenever they would come, because I was a very good smuggler, so I would smuggle anything, including guns. And do you know where they were getting guns, these people? From the barracks. So they would get me because I was a younger boy, put on my bicycle, or, get them to Kenya. Eventually, of course, I think the guns ended up in Luero. But as a boy. So the philosophy is...
Did you know what we are carrying?
Yeah, I mean, why not? Why not? How do you carry something blindly? I was an intelligent man ever since. I've never been stupid, by the way. In 1969, I was 4 years. I'm born in 1965. In 1969, my father had a radio, and we had migrated in 1967, I think, when I was 2 years, to this place called Nakifuma. You know Nakifuma? Now deep inside there. At the time, there were not these districts of Mukono or whatever. It was simply Buganda. Now, there was a Muganda who sang a song, which I remember up to today, which you people must research and get. Ulira endagane likumpi. Get it?
I know the song.
It was prophecy that Amin was going to get overthrown. The man sings, and that producer would put it on Radio Uganda at the time, frequently. Little known to Amin and his buddies, I think he didn't know that they were meaning him. I mean, rather Amin, Obote, not Amin, Obote. They didn't know. The State Research Bureau, not the State Research, this one, what it was called, the GSU, no, GSU, General Service Unit, where Museveni was. Maybe they didn't know, or if they knew then, because they were accomplices, maybe. They didn't know. And Obote didn't get it. But they would frequently play it. 1969, I was 4 years. How do I remember it up to now? How do I remember it up to now? So if I was not intelligent enough.
You deny
yes,
that NRM, the philosophy of NRM and NRA is not money.
I'm saying, for those of us, I was in the Chankwanzi. Did I come complaining? The children, the new generation we have produced is a generation of chips and a chicken. Is a generation of sword and a cake. The cakes we eat today. By 1789, they caused the revolution in France. Isn't it? Just a cake. Because the queen has said, if you don't have bread, go and eat cakes. The cake was something so seditious. Today, everybody eats cakes around here. So the generation we have produced is that one. Money, money, money all the time. And Museveni, President Museveni has remained almost a lone preacher.
Not murder, not money. What's rubbish?
Continue.
So
to me, it's not about money. I've given you the analogy of opposition. They are all over radios.
All over.
They are all over all
every
TVs.
Day. They are even funeral functions. They are all over.
All over. Who pays them? Nobody. Who pays them? Nothing.
Nobody.
But you know.
But I told you, John, what you have refused.
Let me finish with this, Simon.
Yes.
You went for my Yanga Muramu. You insisted, isn't it? She may have refused you, but you insisted all the time. Eventually she yielded. Okay?
Yes.
That's what opposition is doing. The animosity around Buganda, Kampala and other parts of the country is because the NRM philosophy and ideology is not taught. People need to be reminded. Jesus of 2,000 years ago, every Sunday you are in the church. To be reminded about it. Okay? Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam of about 1,400 years ago, 5 swala in the morning, subuhi, zuhri, you see, asri, maghrib, you are praying, reminding yourself of the prophet and his teachings.
But your doctrine is not even hard for us to remember. We know that what has become of the NRM doctrine is money and corruption.
No.
Those are different.
Not towards senior
You
cadres.
remove any of those NRM corruptions.
I am a poor man. I don't have anything. You think I'm here sent by the Secretariat?
No.
I'm here sent by office of the National Chairman?
No.
Why do I do it then? What do I benefit? In any case, a member of parliament who has been beaten by his own party seriously caned that I'm now independent in the parliament? I still preach the ideals, the philosophy.
You've been very honest at the beginning. We have moved it through in a very honest way.
Yes.
I am surprised that you're changing trend. You want to deny that money and corruption are not the DNA of NRM?
But I said the generation we have produced. Simon, the generation today is used to that. Do you think today you can sacrifice to go to the bush the way Museveni and others did? Can they?
No.
It will be, instead of the bush, it will be streets.
Where do we get chips there?
There is no chips, there is no cake, there is nothing. So the generation we have produced is a generation of money.
So what was
used to niceties.
What was this Chankwan's retreat all about?
Now, the Chankwan's retreat, like I said, in a church you go and remind yourselves of
the gospel of Christ.
The gospels, for us the gospel of NRM. One, household income. Is it possible that we can make Ugandans and preach the way I'm doing? Household income.
No, you can't. That one you can't.
And we can.
You can't.
I'm telling you,
you can't.
The spendthrift of most Ugandans, to the extent, Simon, you know it, that we are number one drunkards in Africa.
Yes.
And the third in the world.
Yes.
But who produces beers? The bulk of taxable intoxicants. The bulk of taxable intoxicants. Indians, do they drink?
They don't drink.
Much as they pay to government tax, most of the money could be plowed elsewhere. Or if they are Ugandan Indians, then they invest for themselves. That's why you see Sudhir and others, and the people, I was on one of the media houses. Your money is counted in terms of GDP, it is Sudhir's money. Yeah, Sudhir got it here. Did he stay?
No.
He got it here.
He got it here, true.
Mukwano, the Ugandan, Mukwano and the family now is led, and the family. In your house, the soap you use, Mukwano. Possibly salt you use, Mukwano.
The cooking oil.
The discipline of money is the most important. So, we teach our people, Ugandans, the indigenous, there is, I think, the two words, you will have to help me on this. Native and indigenous, because we have Indians who are Ugandans. In parliament right now, they are there. I reminded some people in Chankwas, they didn't know that. We have Somalis in parliament, a Somali is there, an MP, Somali. How are they so frugal that they are able to save? You go to Kisenyi and look at the Somalis, Ugandan Somalis, how they do their thing. How do they do it? Why is it that those of us who are Ugandans, what I would call, I think, indigenous, are so loose? We don't want to invest. We don't want the money discipline, the marginal propensity to save is so low.
Okay.
No, so if we taught that kind of thing to households, I know Ugandans are very hardworking. We teach them in my constituency what they do, save the money, do this, what not.
Let me get the facts.
Yes, that's number one in
this
Chankwan's.
This time round,
yes,
you did not pick huge allowances from Chankwan's.
Not even 1,000.
Has Museveni started working with you without paying you?
Actually, he should continue with that kind of. He should continue with that kind of thing. Enzi zile za kwanza. Roho ya kwanza ile mzee tulianza nayo, tukajitoa kufanyia wananchi, alafu sasa kila kitu pesa. Ya nini?
Without pesa NRM cannot survive.
Ndio unaona mzee wangu na nyinyi watu wa Chadondo.
Two things.
Money
and corruption.
Exactly.
Part and parcel of
corruption, you can't. It is point. I think point number 5.
You divorce corruption, NRM goes.
And I know.
It will collapse.
And you know who does that? Who does that? This is the mistake which my president, who is also NRM chairperson, did. When he was beginning, we had just come into power. I was about 20 years, 21. Okay? Today, I'm 58. Now let me tell you the mistake. Broad base, it was okay for the time. But you can't talk of broad base today. Recruitment of cadres, it is okay for any revolution. We can go to the China central part, the central part of China, CPC, and see how it does. Now, you get Musila, who is an original cadre, isn't it? Lift him, he recruits these ones, he will provide example to them through teaching, through ideological orientation proper. As he goes up, the recruits come under. Under NRM, it is the other way around. Hey, you get Simon Muyanga from opposition, you are a minister, Musila is an underdog.
Don't worry, I am not coming there. Incidentally, yes. I have not heard anybody even quoting me in NRM.
Yes.
Nobody has bothered. And I think I am comfortable. Nobody has bothered.
It is uncomfortable for the party. You are comfortable, but it is a discomfort for the party.
How?
And secondly, look at Chadondo. Is there anybody in Chadondo who was not in opposition or born of opposition? Quote for me one. Either they are opposition, converts, or they were born in the line of opposition. Not no more. There is only one old man there called the Honorable Kijaji, and I'm happy to quote him. And put his name, Kijaji. Very acclaimed, seasoned cadre, with all ideology, with all philosophy.
Kijaji. I think even Tango Doi was. Did he ever belong to opposition?
UPC.
Odoi?
Pure UPC.
Tango Doi?
Yes.
Was UPC?
UPC.
Musila.
We bet.
Are you serious?
We bet if you wish. Or let him call in here. I mean, let him send you.
Tango Doi comes from UPC.
I'm telling you. What was he doing in Makerere first? You mean if at one time I was mad, will you trust me that I can't fall into another bout of madness?
No, we always get worried. Even when you have a mild headache, we say,
You
will always near you to make sure you don't.
You have children at home. Maybe one or two of them are usually caught with malaria bouts and whatever. So whenever they feel a bit hot, you fear.
Maybe
so somebody with a trail who has been doing that, you think he cannot do it again? Are you sure? You send Musila or Simon to be ambassador to America from Uganda. The Americans will investigate even your primary school. You can't simply wake up and say, I'm sending you to America as an ambassador, and you think they will accept. No. They will send the CIA, FBI, up to your home. They will even know the parents, whether dead or alive. That is the type of mechanism as NRM. Now that it is a mass party, we must put senior, ideologically proper cadres to orient.
So in Changwanzi, you talked about
household income
as a gospel to
that
spread.
Was we as MPs.
But how do poor men spread the gospel of household incomes? Because Mr. Museveni said you yourselves are poor. MPs are heavily indebted with the Mabanja, and says the Mabanja come from the fact that you are promising what you can't do in your villages. So Molina Mabanja. So how do the hungry come to speak to the needy?
And Tulina Mabanja, the MP in this country, not in the region, in this country, is fairly paid. Fairly. Last year, I worked on 56 kilometers of roads in my constituency. It is appreciating the people. This year, I've had problems of money, but I must at least make it 30 before the year ends, the calendar year. We are
why should you work on roads?
Why should you?
Why should
it's not my duty.
Why are you spending so much on roads?
Very good.
What is the Minister of Works doing?
Why did they bring me? I know my 3 duties as a member of parliament, but I also have a social responsibility. The fact that my neighbors in Kenya get about 7 billion Uganda money as Constituency Development Fund every year.
7
billion. If you get 200 million of Kenya, that is 7 billion.
They get 200 million
Kenya money to develop
as
the
constituency development
exactly.
fund.
That is 7 billion.
Is 7 billion
Uganda money.
For every MP
exactly.
in Kenya, every year.
Every year. Let alone salary. Do you know how much an MP in Kenya earns?
Tell me.
Over 200 million Uganda money if we exchange it. Do you know how much a councillor called member of county assembly earns? Not less than 700,000, which is about 20 something million, which an MP of Uganda earns. Okay? But we are able. You can't, when you are with the poor people, you must lift and lift them. So when I'm doing that kind of thing, I know it's not my duty, but duty number 4 is oversight. So there is no problem if I turn oversight into undersight. And the many MPs are
Let's go for a break.
This is Hot Cup at 9 with Sir Simon Muyanga Lutaaya. Enoni Baba TV obusoga bulaire.
Olina kasenteko oyagala kulatako funeko obwezimbira Julex otunda nyumba gye wezimbira oba oyagala kugula eweddewo n'okutawuka Julex ekyapa kyo wakifuna oyagala kukikyusa kidde mu mannya go Julex buli luguudo lwewayagala oluyingira Kampala bano balinako ettaka Julex bamufuna mpola tuwonye bano batunda n'ettaka ku kibanja mpola Julex namwe be babbako ettaka nga byakulemerera oyagala anakulwanira Julex balinde ettaka mu Kampala wonna munnange yangu ofuneko wezimbira
Julex Property Consultants Limited tusangibwa Nansana ku Jenina State oba tukubire ku namba z'essimu zino wammanga 0752 oba 0788 jangu ofune ekyomulembe
Julex.
Olowooza okutuukiriza ekirooto kyo tukwanjulira Coral Coatings Uganda Limited bakolera langi ez'ebika byonna obw'omunda n'ewabweru langi gwe basiiga mu texture n'ebika ebirala bingi nnyo emirimu gyaffe tegyenkanika jjukira nti amakaago ky'ekitiibwa kyo n'omutindo gwo tukwanjulira Coral Coatings Uganda Limited tukusembera
Tanvu ku 10 ku ffe tufiiriddwa ensimbi nnyingi abafeereze batubbyeko so nga twandizikozesezza okusasula ez'obupangisa okwongera mu bizinesi okusasula fees n'ebirala beera steady ng'okuuma ebibyo era beera bulindaala ng'okozesa enkola y'okusasulira ku mitimbagano ennamba ye ya pini gikuume bulungi era togikaba kwata ennamba za kampuni y'amasimu entongole zokka
Better steady, be better. In partnership with
Chituna kuba jikube Kusaninga bili Julai Kome bila bili mwesa tu Mugambe Stadium Chituna cha Baba FM ne Baba TV Omuli abayimbi bonna Saundi bongo tadombo ya matumbo Amatala mbilashu ya chena mbimbola Security dungu mbalo bamba tamadumbo Kumtualo gumo Hata mitualo komi happy Ngingazi Atinga security ni gulu gulu Yonewe ku Junction Shopping Mall Chileka na Mugongo Road Masuka sharu chileka Tukulidilide
Enoni Baba TV obusoga bulaire. Gagamuka ku Baba TV. This is Hot Cup at 9 with Sir Simon Muyanga Lutaaya.
The Hot Cup at 9 with Honorable John Musila. Tweyongera bwekyo mudakika zaffe zino ezisembayo abadde atunyumiza ku biki ebyali ekyankwanzi ebimumbikiriza kyesikirizamu kwe kuŋŋamba nti NRM esobola okubeerawo nga tewali nguzi era nga tebalina ssente nti abantu bayinza okukolagana ne mwami Museveni nga ba MP n'abayita ekyankwanzi n'abeera nabo ne bakola nga tabavujjiridde ekyo mu NRM tekibangawo tekiribaawo tekisoboka NRM yo yakuvujjirira nguzi ebintu ebyo ebibiri kubanga kwawula mu Africa ku musaayi gwe. It is that, like you believe in the Rastafarians, that faith you have. The NRM is built on that doctrine. Doctrine of corruption, doctrine of kwegula, everything.
We lost. Younger people are supposed to be, I should use the word, conscripted and given a mind for posterity of their nation. All countries in the world do that. Kenya here, let me just give the example of Kenya. Where will you get your certificate, your diploma, your degree, if you have not gone through National Youth Service, NYS? Nowhere. The Komsomol of Russia, you are trained from, I think, the level of S4. The Americans, you are supposed to serve in the army or go out as Peace Corps. Okay? And these are large countries.
Large countries.
When I went to university at the time, 1988, the requirement was you have passed A-level, Chankwanzi.
How did that one die out?
This is it.
I was thinking about it. Maybe.
Yes.
Is it because people thought that after many people getting exposed to using guns, criminality increased?
But most Ugandans know how to use guns. Yeah, in this age?
Yes. Maybe is that the reason we have a lot of...
No, that's not the case.
Is it not?
In this age with this free technology around, phones, films and whatever.
When I was coming to university,
yes,
I was very, very, very anxious to go to Chankwa.
With us we went.
Because it was supposed to. But the time I got there, they had stopped it.
Now look at me. The way I behave is very different from other.
True that I agree. I can say openly. The way you behave is different. Even your line of argument, your understanding of national issues is different from the other.
If you got men like let Kajabago, Karusoke, and the man is training you, my God. Otafire.
Even Otafire?
Yes, Mayombo, we used to have our evening political science club, and we would invite General Otafire and others.
Otafire?
Yes. Kajabago. Where are they? Where are they? Did they live behind the tentacles? The Musilas. We are happily simply conscripting, or rather actually getting parrots from the public, putting in the secretariat. What hawana mwelekeo wowote kabisa. They have no philosophy, they have no ideology. Not seasoned cadres.
So who should be teaching them that?
Exactly.
How did you recruit them?
Where do I get the platform to do that? Until the president himself
should be able to.
Until the president himself sees it. And the people of my like. There are so many cadres lying across the country. Cadre 12, 13, 14, they are there.
You still have hope in the NRM that it can still rebrand and become anything here?
It can.
Really?
It can.
With these forces?
It can. Yes, the forces, we created them. They are offshoots. They are offshoots.
John.
Was the NRM not an offshoot of UPC?
Yes, it is.
Sasa?
But did UPC
if
survive?
UPC, and have you read the Common Man's Charter?
Survive?
Have you read the Common Man's Charter? Not online, I have a real book. Because of my teachings in the Bugisu, an old man, 75-year-old, brought it to me and donated it. It's a blue book printed by Uganda Printeries.
I need to get a copy.
I will give you. I will come with it.
Come with it with photocopy.
A photocopy.
It's rare.
Oh my God. How Eve Obote had gone with that.
The common man's charter.
Obote at
you
the time.
It.
Yeah.
You then, you failed him.
Common man's charter and the 10-point program are duplicates. We were in Chankwanzi. One of the directors came to, I think I was LC5. Then he said, you know, this place was built as a prison and whatever. I pulled the book. I said, sir, sorry, you are teaching us, but I need to correct you here. In a public debate. This Muse Kamuntu professor and the others were
Ephraim
there. Ephraim. I said, please, sir, that is wrong. Can I read for you this page in the second document of the Common Man's Charter? Chankwanzi was built by Obote for Buganda region for these reasons laid there. They are supposed
are there.
Yes, they are supposed to be 4. Chankwanzi in Bugiri, today is called Bugiri at the time no. Then another one is supposed to be in Agago and then in Bunyoro. They were supposed to be 4. Obote started with Chankwanzi as a leadership college to orient people to love their country and whatever. And then they also say every sub-county should have such. And actually it started. Do you see those old, what they call social centers?
Yes.
What were they for?
Then some is the one.
So I want to tell you, NRM is almost an offshoot of Obote. And I respect the 2 leaders in this country with clear-headed manifestos. Obote, UPC, Obote 1, and then the NRM. The fact that the NRM has stayed in the power for all this long, 40 years, coming to 40 years, is not a joke. Because without...
It's because you are not looking at the how. How has it kept itself here?
First
you lie to yourself that of the will of the people, but they are not.
Any organization with an aspiration of taking power should also learn how to keep power. Even when you have not taken it, you must first.
Say that again.
I want to say any political organization which aspires to acquire power must first also learn and train itself on how to keep it. So it is not an accident that NRM has kept itself. Ideologues like us, we are here. I don't know whether I was in the Chankwanzi, they did not pay me. So you are going to pay me, Simon, today? No. So, but why am I getting all this time? Because the country...
And you have committed your 2 hours every Monday.
Yes, every Monday. Driving, we are not in the parliament now, but driving from Bugisu coming here. Sacrifice to the country. The moment we degenerate into chaos, sufferer number 1. Should the NRM collapse today, Musila will be number 1. But I've told the people, do you know a tout?
Your
taxi
colleagues
tout?
understand it that way?
No, of course they may not. Do you know a taxi tout?
Yes.
Those who say, Kampala, Busoga, Tuja Busoga, Tuja Kamuli. They say we are going. Do they climb the same vehicle?
No.
I'm that tout.
Bakuteka mtugenda bote bagenda.
Bote bagenda balanga.
Ogenda nyamama mbale jinja.
Kakati nange ndangira na ye kintu ekikulu. You are a Christian and you hide. You are a Muslim. You want to hide to be a Muslim? I am NRM. Actually, when they stole my primaries, people thought Musila would now degenerate and say, to hell with this party.
NRM stole your primaries?
Oh, yes. I'm an independent. Don't you know that I'm independent? You think I simply came as independent?
I thought you were NRM.
No, I was in primaries. The same new forces of money. Actually, even somebody, your fellow namesake, held a gun on me. I had 15 sub-counties. I had one clearly in 13 sub-counties. They declared one of 2 sub-counties. At gunpoint. I've never held grudges. I can't blame. When I came to the secretariat...
And you still want to belong to NRM?
What is wrong with it? And because I know those, it is a generation we have created.
There is something wrong with the 2 of you.
Yes.
Either with you or the NRM. There must be something wrong with one of them.
And with us, we know how to diagnose such a problem very well. Who are the registrars? Who are the what? The people we have again simply amassed into without the ideology, one who looks at money, like you have just asked me with the Chankwanzi. Yes.
Yeah,
because the other one is paying him money.
I actually thought every MP is now loaded, having spent 10 days in Chankwanzi. Every MP is loaded. Yeah, some here, but I heard yesterday from some. Said,
yes.
Can he survive?
Because they are used to that. Or they have heard that other parliaments got. Actually, let me tell you. And this is a fact. Anybody can accuse me if they wish. Most MPs in the Chankwanzi were thinking, some of them bought big bags, thinking they were going to get 200 million. Anybody only dormitory? Yes. I told the younger people, what is this? We did not come here for that.
200 million.
They thought, actually, like 70% of them believed we are going to get 200 million.
In this
yes, rumor circulated. Then others said maybe 100. A few of them, 5% said no, I think the least. The least we can get is 50. But they bought real bags. Real bags.
And the man gave you nothing.
We came out, not even 1,000. When I was in Nansana, with me, I went with my private wheelbarrow pickup. And somebody says, MP, how do I, living a life of ostentation, chips and a chicken is what is killing Ugandans. This is what President Museveni says. Well, because now my pickup, driving from Mbale to Chankwanzi is less than 200,000.
Fuel?
Yes, fuel, diesel, mine is diesel. I have a Harrier which can take 500,000. So I prefer this one, but true. My pickup, I can pick anything and I put on top. I'm not a young man at 58 years. I'm not a young man to simply do joyriding. So a Chibaro, this is what we were having. So when they see me with a pickup in Kampala at the parliament, they say, this Rasta man. Part of it why they say he's a madman. Man. Exactly.
The man is mad. Even
they don't
look at his vehicle, you will prove.
They don't know that in an economy like this one, you must be frugal.
The only thing disturbing my mind is that you're too intelligent not to know that the NRM is collapsing. You don't seem to know.
I'm aware.
Otherwise, if you look at what's happening at the red corner.
Yes.
Vigorously mobilizing.
Yes.
And then at the blue corner.
Yes.
Nandla Mafab is moving seriously.
Yes, very much
in
so.
Busoga moving, and I trust he can rebuild the party. He can rebuild the story. Although that he only works during campaign time and then he rests.
Yes.
And then even within the NRM and the MK movement, these three outfits that are taking too many of the youth cannot let NRM breathe. So you need to realize sooner than later that you are
as an Anglican,
in a sinking boat.
As an Anglican, when there was a riot in heaven with Lucifer, did God abdicate?
No.
He didn't. But he's here. Do you know that God has powers to kill Satan?
Absolutely.
But he has left. So in this dispensation, do what you want. Number two, the hatred. Because younger people now like you grew up under knowing only Museveni. A young boy in my home who says, I'm new because I want to see war. I've never seen war. Of course, you look at the innocent young man and say, really, you pity, because they have never seen. So most people, even my own fellow panelists here, hatred, their problem is Museveni. They don't know that this country will go. We'll move on after Museveni, after Musila, after Simon. They don't know that. It is what we call incumbents. People are fatigued with the incumbents of the president. Libya, they throw Gaddafi. Is Libya any good? Actually, when you are flying from Europe, no direct flight. At that time, I used to fly over Libya. These days, no. The plane will always turn to pass through Egypt, the airspace of Egypt. Is it any better? But certainly these are warning signs that we must also rethink. Rethink the strategies of leadership. Retain the power. Chama cha Mapinduzi style. Okay? Something which is post-Museveni. Post-Museveni, but NRM remain. We don't want to behave in a way like Kano of Kenya. Once more it goes, everything collapses. No, that's not right.
So in Chankwa, did you find the 100 million parish development Mondo money enough to transform parishes? And 2, did you investigate whether the money is there? 3,
yes.
Did you interrogate into whether the masses are ready to absorb that money?
Now, Simon, I'm sorry to go regional and bring in an element of nepotism. You and I from the East are very wise men. No wonder that you are very intelligent. I'm telling you to you in your face, you are very intelligent. You are very intelligent.
Thank you.
No wonder that your genealogy is from Bunyoro.
True it is.
Bunyoro, which has ruled one of the countries with 2 presidents. You are aware?
This country?
Yes.
2
You don't know that?
Tell me.
You Banyoro. I thought the presidents of Kenya, the Kenyattas are Banyoro. Or you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
You go for DNA. Ask it. Ask who was the father of senior Jomo Kenyatta. Who was the father? Let anybody make a discussion with me. Is it Banyoro? Kabarega's son. Jomo Kenyatta, after they arrested Kabarega and Mwanga in Dokoro, today is the district of Dokoro. That's where they were arrested in 1888. I mean 1898. They marched them through Kenya. But Kabarega, abampulira mumpulire bulungi oba yogere Luganda. Kabarega, because he put up a fight, he had been shot in the right hand. Muzungu is good to some extent. A bit he appears compassionate, although through confusion. They bandaged him. Because they were kings, they gave him a nurse. A Kikuyu girl from Gatundu, today's Gatundu South, was the nurse. And this was a king. You know what he can do? The girl was impregnated. The result, Jomo Kenyatta. 1899. Tell me, you show me the grave of the father of Jomo Kenyatta. Where is it? They can talk about the mother. Where is the father? You go to the museums, search whether in Uganda or Kenya. I'm telling you the truth. Uganda is an epitome of all leadership. No wonder that the Nile is here and we are at the center of Africa. Is there any East African president who has not been in Uganda? Who? Is it in the Congo? Kabila? Or the Joseph Kabila? The father? Garang? Or Kir? Or you are talking of Nyerere of Tanzania? Nyerere is a Muganda. Kambarage. Simon, I really needed to teach this history to Ugandans. Nyerere is a Muganda. You know, recently I made my research when I was even in the... I had known.
You can't confuse it.
I don't create. And with me, I will give you facts. Are you aware that we have ethnic Baganda who are in Tanzania, who are Tanzanians? I proved this recently when I was in Mwanza. But do you know that Mwanga at one time in 1887 was exiled to Tanzania?
True, he was.
Do you know how many Baganda he left there when he came back? Where is the name of Kambarage in Tanzania? Which language? It is Kambarage. Abaganda abagenda okukolera yo missions Kambarage. Nyerere Kambarage. Nasikia vizuri. Halafu Mwinyi, President Mwinyi. Is he not a Mugiswa? And he knows it? Mwinyi. The president of Tanzania. Former president. A Mugiswa from Bubulo. Mwinyi. With us it is, but at least he knows. The family knows. Yes, they know. Those people who went to fight in the World War, and then they remained in Tanzania. Those ones they know. They know that they have. So he was going to visit in 2019 or 2020 when I was LC5, but this COVID came in. They were going to visit their clan. Bubulo Babuaya. Okay. Bubulo Babuaya. I'm trying to show you that Uganda is a springboard of East Africa. So when Museveni talks of Pan-Africanism as one of the 4 principles, I'm bringing it historically. Abantu bafeka bamanye bino. Kagame akulidde wa mu Uganda.
Asisho yo kale kale.
Naye lwaki Uganda? Ono Nyerere Uganda, Mwenyi Uganda, Kenyatta Bakinyata bonna Uganda. Ne Kibaki yasomera wa. Makerere. Makerere. Nakola wano ku petrol station. Here. Abana bafa batamanyi history okumanya nti no Uganda is a great nation on the African continent. They will not. Tulina okubeera nze okubawa history eno ne mwami Tamale mirundi. Every time you interview him here, and I watch you very well.
He brings some of these things, but they just sound funny.
They sound funny because to a funny audience, everything will sound funny. If they see Musila, an MP, you must be very pompous with a Porsche vehicle when you have nothing in the pocket. Why should I? An old man like me? No, I don't. So, to a funny audience, you will appear funny. To an intellectual underground.
One thing I'm going to investigate after here is the father of the late Jomo Kenyatta.
Go and investigate. And today. What I know is that they have hidden.
When we meet on Monday, I'll give you the evidence.
Very good. And I will also bring for you some evidence, if I can go through my library. So in Chankwanzi,
don't forget to bring the common man's chart.
I will bring it. I will bring it for you. The blue book. So as we wind up, one, Chankwanzi household income. That's number one. Household income. They have produced where is the market. Pan-Africanism. East African community and whatever. So when you see NRM building a road in Congo, you are jumping up. Why are they taking money? No.
Oh, you think that is right?
It is right.
That they build a road in Congo.
It is right.
When you are building your own roads in Bubulo.
Why
yourself? You have just said you have done 56 kilometers.
Thank you so much.
Why would they take money to Congo?
I need Maiba Buro. I need Maiba Namisindwa. I need Maiba Gisu to sell their maize, to sell their products, agricultural products to Congo. Do you know that they take it to Sudan? From my home village, Bumbo, they take it to Sudan. So if we don't have roads and security in Sudan,
should we start with that or start with security home?
Security. Yes, we need security all over.
And then infrastructure home. We first build the Bubulo roads, and then from the excess we build.
Very good.
Yes,
you are right. In the budget, which they are reading after tomorrow, how much are these products bringing to us? One, maize is bringing, which was never there. Investigate this over 20 years ago, where the maize was earning this country any money. Just 20 years. 20 years. Now we are able to get $131 million. Beans, $132 million.
From beans.
From beans.
So those are new cash crops.
New cash crops.
On top of.
So everything now is agriculture. All crops are now cash crops. On top of coffee and
You know
others.
what I'm finding strange is that your thinking and reasoning is alien to NRM.
It is alien.
Yet you seem to be speaking for the NRM. But the things you speak are too foreign and strange to what I have known to be the doctrine and understanding of
To me, I think it is alien to a few people. But we are at the same wavelength with the president. And this is what we were reasoning in Chankwa.
If he understood what you understand, he would be working with you. You'd be a minister, not any other person.
I don't have to be a minister. People do not.
Okay, you'd be closer to him. If he understood
as an ideologue, as an advisor. You know, recently I was discussing with someone, and let me say it today, the Mabati issue. Younger people are saying, no, they should arrest everybody. I said, a political scientist like me, Museveni, to go and arrest everybody. How? That can't happen.
You can't arrest thieves because thieves are part of NRM.
They are part of NRM, but you can't arrest any mass.
You build on that.
If actually I blamed the president or whoever did with Rugorobi, you should have dealt with only the two principals in Karamoja. The rest, leave. Do you know how Emperor Haile Selassie's government collapsed in 1974? Because they planned. Now today, you arrest the vice president, you arrest the prime minister, you arrest the ministers, the MPs. If it is a parliamentary system, government collapses. It's good that it is a presidential system.
The Hot Cup, Part 9. The Honorable John Musila, MP, Bubulo, is it West? Bubulo East, in Namisindwa district. It concludes our Hot Cup at 9 today with very interesting discussions. Let's meet same time, same day on Monday.
Rastafari is Maje sempre Selassie.
Obairo likubona ganga muka ku Baba TV.